can find them, they're in blue flying suits at our tent. Please pat them on the back and pass on our thanks for their efforts. Well, the jets should be here soon, and when they do arrive, they're going to be in a formation we call Big Battle. This is a big V shape. The jets will be flying at 400 miles an hour. They're going to be around 20 feet apart, laying down some of that fabulous red, white and blue smoke. Now, I've been a Red Arrows display pilot myself. I do know that when they arrive, when they fly past, the pilots will be able to see you waving. So when I tell you, get your arms in the air, give them a big wave, and if your claps and cheers are loud enough, then I will transmit some of those cheers to the pilots so they can hear how much you're enjoying it. So let's get those vocal cords warmed up, ladies and gentlemen. We've got around 10 seconds to run. Let's have a huge round of applause for the Royal Air Force Aerobatic team, the Red Arrows!
Coming. Left. Now. Hold in the pipe. Now, tight.
The voice there you hear is Red 1 as he comes left. He's called them into 9-arrow formation. You'll see the jets collapse to around 6 feet away from each other now as they form the shape of one big red arrow with these 9 aircraft in the left-hand turn. Leading the team is Red 1, squadron leader David Montenegro, and it's his first year as the team's leader. He's a former Hawk flying instructor and Tornado F3 air defence pilot. He first joined the Red Arrows back in 2009, flying until 2011, and also leading the Synchro Pair. Cameras ready, in from the left. This is 9-arrow.
Out. Listen it. Out. Chevron.
That climb there, you see Reds 8 and 9 leave their smoke on, pitch up and roll back rapidly into the next shape as they fly off to our front right, 45 degrees.
Now. Hold in the pipe. Now. Tight.
On the leader's right wing is the next of our new pilots. He is Red 2, Flight Lieutenant Mike Bowden. Mike started his career in the Royal Air Force as a Hawk flying instructor. He then moved on to fly both the Harrier GR9 and the Tornado GR4 before joining us this year. So now over towards Beachy Head. The jets are descending to get ready for the first of our formation barrel rolls as we fly this rolling display. They're in the shape of chevron to fly the Chevron Roll.
Out. Ease in. Up. Focus. Jump. And roll.
Well, the jets are going upside down, boys and girls. The pilots can see you waving. Let's give them a big wave, everybody. They're going upside down, all 9 together at 2,500 feet at 400 miles an hour. Those jets are only 6 feet away from each other. This chevron shape, you can see Red 1 with no smoke at the front. And on the left-hand side are the odd-numbered pilots. And on the right-hand side are the even-numbered pilots. In their 3 years with the team, the pilots will start at the front near the leader. And as they become more proficient at formation aerobatics, they move further back. And on the leader's left wing now is the next of our new pilots. He's Red 3, Flight Lieutenant Emmett Cox. Cox is actually from New Zealand, but he moved to the UK in 2002 to join the Royal Air Force, becoming a Tornado GR4 pilot and then a Tucano flying instructor. Front left now, we're forming a new shape. This year, you've just heard George talk about it, we're celebrating the 75th anniversary of the Battle of Britain. Now this shape is in the show this year as our own special tribute to those who in the summer of 1940 worked tirelessly to secure our skies. Ladies and gentlemen, cameras ready. This is Spitfire. Well, back in the summer of 1940, it wasn't just the fighter pilots, the few who worked to secure our skies. Everybody in the Royal Air Force had their part to play, whether they were aircrew, administrators, engineers, observers, armourers, mechanics, whatever they were doing, everybody played their part to ensure that the skies were secure. And today, the Royal Air Force is no different. We operate on the whole force concept, relying on regulars, reservists, civil servants and contractors from a variety of branches and trades to ensure that the Royal Air Force can deliver its output. So now, coming in from the left, let's get the cameras ready to post lots of these fabulous pictures on social media. This is our trademark, it's Diamond. The lowermost aircraft as we see it is flown by the last of our new pilots this year. He's Red 5, Flight Lieutenant Tom Bold. Tom started his career as an instructor teaching basic fast jet training on the Tucano, and then he moved on to fly the Typhoon. You've seen it display here today, the Royal Air Force's newest multi-role combat aircraft, where his role is exactly what I've been talking about, securing the skies. The Royal Air Force's Typhoon force is at readiness 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, ensuring that the skies of the United Kingdom and the Falkland Islands are secure. And that's what Tom's primary role was when he was flying the Typhoon. Looking down towards the beachy head end, you'll see our Diamond has widened slightly as we get ready to fly a new manoeuvre for 2015 in the Whirlwind.
Out. Listen it. Out. Listen. Go. Right. Rolling now. Listen. Go. Go rolling.
In the Whirlwind, each of the pilots there flying an aileron roll manoeuvre, essentially a full left-hand control column input which rolls the aircraft rapidly around its longitudinal axis. The key to the Whirlwind is getting all 9 jets doing it at exactly the same time. Out to the front left now, you'll see we'll collapse from a very wide shape into a smaller shape. We actually designed the display so that these shape changes form part of the routine, and you can see we've gone from that loose diamond into the shape of another aeroplane, and this is the shape of the former very fast American spy plane, the SR-71. So this very fast spy plane back in the Cold War was the SR-71. It was known as Blackbird.
Left. Now.
You'll see this very obvious shape of that aircraft as they come past in this turn. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of the first part of this Red Arrows display. So far, you've seen all 9 aircraft together flying close formation aerobatics. Well, now we're going to split down into smaller sections of 2, 3, 4, 5, or 7 jets for some even more dynamic performing. Out to the front right there, you'll see a big T-shape. That's known as Dagger. And at the front of Dagger are Reds 1 to 5. They're collectively known as Enid, after Enid Blyton's famous 5. And at the back in the straight line are Reds 6, 7, 8, and 9. Their collective name as a formation is Jippo. Jippo was the nickname of the gentleman who first led the back 4 aircraft when the Red Arrows started officially flying their 9-ship displays back in 1968. So we've got Enid, we've got Jippo, and they're about to roll out directly towards us. The smoke is about to come on. Everybody get your cameras ready as we start the second half of this display with the detonator. So the 5 aircraft of Enid fan out at the top. Keep your eyes on Jippo. With his smoke changing from blue to white over on the right-hand side is Red 6. He's the leader of our Synchro Pair, Flight Lieutenant Mark Lawson. Mark's in his 3rd and final year with the Red Arrows. His background in the Royal Air Force is solely as a Tornado GR4 pilot, where he spent a number of tours becoming a qualified weapons instructor. Well, that's Mark with the smoke on. He's followed on the right by Red 8. Look left, with the smoke is Red 7, chased down by Red 9. These 4 aircraft are now descending to just 100 feet above the sea. Their closing speed is now 800 miles an hour. Cameras ready. This is the Jippo Pass. The Synchro Pair leave their smoke on. They are turning away from us now. They are pulling 6G, or 6 times the force of gravity. Now, everything in their bodies is weighing 6 times more than normal. So these pilots work very hard to counter the G-force now. They're going to point back towards us to fly the Cyclone. The Synchro Pair now slingshot out to the front. You need to look to your right, 45 degrees, to find Enid. The wings of Enid drop down to form an inverted V shape. In from the left is Red 9, who's going to now fly the Goose.
Coming right now.
Climbing very steeply over to the right is Red 9. He's Flight Lieutenant Joe Hurston. Joe is a second-year pilot with the team and is the team's executive officer. He is a former Hawk flying instructor, Tornado GR4 pilot. Then he went back to fly the Hawk, this time in its new guise, the Hawk T Mark II. You saw a pair of them in their roll demonstration earlier. That's the Royal Air Force's newest advanced jet trainer. Enid climbs steeply to the left, looks straight ahead. Straight ahead for the Synchro Pair. They pull up at 500 miles an hour and 5G. The aircraft reach a height of 7,000 feet. Now on comes their white smoke as they prepare to draw a fabulous heart in the sky here at Eastbourne. And keep your eyes up top right of the heart. You'll see another aircraft approaching to add a final touch. Here's Red 8 as he draws a spear. Red 8 Flight Lieutenant Ollie Parr, a third-year pilot with the team, a former Tornado pilot and Hawk instructor. Ladies and gentlemen, Red 6, 7 and 8 with their heart and spear. Now the Red Arrows would like to dedicate this heart and spear to a young lady whose 6th birthday it is today, and she actually asked on her birthday to come here and watch the Red Arrows display. So Ava Rose, a very happy birthday to you from the Red Arrows. Left and right for the Synchro Pair, descending to 100 feet. They're going to fly the opposition barrel roll. The next call you'll hear from the pilots is threshold, and that means they've reached a geographical point on the ground, which is their contract point to continue with this maneuver. Cameras ready for the opposition barrel roll. Now looking out to the left, where you'll see Enid are being joined by Reds 8 and 9. In fact, there's Red 8 still joining Enid. He's been flying around at 600 miles an hour to catch them up, having drawn the spear through the heart, ready for this next maneuver. Red 1 now pulls them up in a 7-ship Vixen formation.
Right now.
He's now twisting this loop towards us through 90 degrees in what we call a quarter clover.
Hold in the bank now.
Now get your cameras ready for the good bit. This is the vertical brake. Looking left and right again now for the Synchro Pair. This time Red 6 from the left and Red 7 from the right. They're closing at 800 miles an hour. They're going to cross 3 times in opposing 360 degree 6G turns in the carousel. Remember, the pilots are pulling 6G in this entire manoeuvre. They're working hard to fight the G-force. They're going to cross 3 times. Now watch at each of these 3 crosses how the pilots swap their smoke colour from red to blue and vice versa. Around the front of this 3rd pass, they're going to switch back to white smoke. Red 6 there, pitches up and over Beachy Head. Look to the right, 45 degrees, where Enid smoke has just come on. Reds 1, 2, 3 and 5 form a box formation. The 5th jet is now going to roll around them a dozen times. You see him starting the rolls there with the white smoke.
Right now.
This is the Twister.
Hold in the bank. Now, tight. And
getting very dizzy there with the red smoke on is Red 4, changing to blue smoke. He's Flight Lieutenant Stu Campbell. Stu's a 2nd year pilot with the Red Arrows. He's a former Tucano flying instructor and display pilot. Then he moved on to fly the Tornado GR4 with number 617, the Dambuster Squadron, before joining the Red Arrows. Now look further to the left to find Jippo. In the first half of the display, we saw a formation barrel roll. Well, now we're going to fly a formation barrel roll, but with a very big difference. Red 6 has just rolled upside down.
easy. Up. And roll.
You can hear the pain in his voice. He's now pushing minus 2.5 G. He is the right way up now. The other 3 are the wrong way up as they fly the mirror roll.
Holding the bank. Now. And 6. Rolling out.
You can hear the uncomfortable nature of his voice. Minus 2.5 G is not a pleasant experience, ladies and gentlemen. Take it from my experience. Looking out to the left now to find the 5 headlights of Enid. The inside pilots perform tight rolls to the outside in the rollbacks.
Clear. Go.
Fabulous rollbacks finish to the right. Bring your eyes further right towards Beachy Head to find the 4 aircraft of Jippo. This is one of my favourites.
6 rolling in.
Red 6 and 7 now roll upside down in close formation.
8 and up. 4. Go.
8 and 9 roll around them in the corkscrew. Let's give the Synchro Pair a big wave as they fly past upside down, everybody. Red 7 there working hard, flying his jet only 8 feet away from Red 6, but he's doing that while he's upside down. Looking right 45 degrees now to find Enid.
Even up. 7. And roll.
Enid are in a shape known as leader's benefit, and they're about to draw a red, white and blue snake-like shape of smoke in the sky as they fly the Python.
Hold in the bank. Now. 4. Bank. Right up.
You'll see Reds 2, 3, 4 and 5 change to white smoke. Red 1 starts to use coloured smoke. We produce that smoke by injecting regular diesel fuel into the aircraft's 400-degree engine exhaust. That makes it vaporise. The white smoke is pure diesel, and to get the red and blue, we simply add a dye to the diesel. We can carry 5 minutes of white smoke and a minute each of red and blue in a specially modified container in each aircraft. Now looking directly ahead to find Jippo coming straight towards us. Smoke comes on.
8 and 9, roll.
Reds 8 and 9 now pitch up to roll around the Synchro Pair. They then perform their own rolls. Get your cameras ready as they split in the Jippo break.
Go!
With his smoke changing from blue to white on the left-hand side now is Red 7. He's Synchro number 2, Flight Lieutenant Steve Morris. Steve is a third-year pilot with the team. He started off his career as a Hawk flying instructor, and then moved on to fly both the Harrier GR9 and the Tornado GR4 before joining the Red Arrows. Well, that's the Synchro Pair, currently perched at around 1,500 feet. They start their descent back to 100 feet for their final manoeuvre of this display, as they get ready to fly the double rolls. Ladies and gentlemen, at Eastbourne, please put your hands together for the fabulous Synchro Pair. Now looking directly ahead, you'll see Enid are once again being joined by Reds 8 and 9 for the display's finale. In fact, there we go, Red 8 joining on the left as we look at it, having just finished the Jippo break. Their smoke is on, they're back in a 7-ship Vixen formation. Get your cameras ready for the final manoeuvre of the display, which is the Vixen break. You've been watching the Royal Air Force Aerobatic team, the Red Arrows. Red 1 puts some purple smoke on simply by pressing both the red and the blue buttons together. He's going to, that's so that the other 8 aircraft can get visual with him as quickly as possible. He's going to rejoin them all together to go and land at Biggin Hill Airport, where our team of blues are up at Biggin Hill to get the aircraft ready for tomorrow's displays at Headcon Aerodrome up the road and back here to close the Eastbourne Airshow at 16:30. Now, ladies and gentlemen, around the commentary box, it's your turn. Audience participation. Everybody around the commentary box here, can you see me waving? Hello? Big wave, everybody. Right, did you enjoy that display, ladies and gentlemen? Right, I want you to tell those pilots that you enjoyed the display. The problem is, this radio is about 100 years old and it's not very good, so you've got to be about 10 times louder than you just were. So, did you enjoy that display, ladies and gentlemen? Excellent. Next, I'm going to hold my left hand up with the radio in it and I'm going to press the transmit button. Do we think we could all give them a big clap and cheer? I'm going to do that in just a couple of seconds' time. So when you're ready, I'm going to lift my hand. I want the biggest clap and cheer you could possibly give so we could tell those 9 guys that you enjoyed the display. Ladies and gentlemen, the Red Arrows! Ladies and gentlemen, there you go. Red 1 just said to me on the radio, thanks 10. He could tell that you enjoyed that display. And from experience, when I used to fly this, if we ever heard the crowd cheering, it really does get the hairs on the back of your neck standing up, because it's such a great feeling knowing that the crowd, and it's massive here today, have enjoyed the display. If you'd like to find out more about the team, first and foremost, visit our little PR tent we've got here in the Royal Air Force Village. We've got brochures and posters there, and you can talk to our blues about their experiences. Visit our website, raf.mod.uk/reds, or go on Facebook, RAF Red Arrows, or on Twitter at RAF Red Arrows. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure talking to you. Thank you very, very much for watching and for listening. I hope you have a very safe journey home. Please stay around to watch the Tigers Freefall parachute display team. They are fantastic. They're going to be landing here on the beach right in front of you in a few minutes' time. So don't run away. They've got a fantastic performance ready for you. But now I wish you all the best on behalf of everybody at the Royal Air Force Aerobatic team, the Red Arrows. Thank you very much, everybody.
Well done, and thank